All right, guys, let's get into what we hope is just season 1, not series. Ahsoka.
Well, they changed that right before they aired it. So it was said series finale, and then they said, oh, no, it's season finale.
Well, I think that may have been like the British series. Series in British means, I mean, Disney's taking on Doctor Who now.
You know, the mouse doesn't care what English England thinks.
Point. Yeah, good point.
They're going to own by ours. They said, oh, no, we're just kidding. It's season 1.
Just kidding. It's season 1.
Well, we'll see how and how does it play into the rest of what they're calling the Mandoverse, so Filoni and Favreau's Star Wars universe.
Well, initially it was said that Mando, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka would all wrap up with a movie.
Right, and I think there may be more now. I think there's going to be a season 2 of Ahsoka, and I think there might be more than just one Filoni movie. There's rumor that...
please?
Well, there's rumor that... I've heard rumor that Filoni, the first movie he makes, may pretty much be his take on, like, the Heir to the Empire is the source material. It won't be the same story, but that's where Thrawn comes from.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? And then if that's successful, they might kind of spiritually make the other 2 books into movies.
Well, that's going to be successful, though. It's Filoni. He understands
the original
material.
Novels are incredible.
Well, yeah, but Filoni
Timothy Zahn's a killer writer.
Right. And speaking of killer writers, Filoni is respectful of the material.
Absolutely.
It's going to come out the right way.
Well, yeah, I mean, Grand Admiral Thrawn is a creation of Timothy Zahn, which is from Heir to the Empire, which, in fact, one of the episodes in Ahsoka Season 1 was called Heir to the Empire, which was the first episode where you saw Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yes, and that was big.
Yeah, it was big. It was huge. To finally see him on screen, I mean, we saw him in Rebels animated, and the voice actor plays them in real life, which, of course, people nitpick that because he's not, an exact stellar killer shape. He's not a Olympic athlete, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, you know what? Who cares?
Yeah,
because he's Thrawn.
He's Thrawn, and he was on a foreign world in a foreign galaxy for 9 years. Cut him a break.
You don't know what they have there. Maybe all they have is Red Lobster cheddar biscuits, and that's what he had to eat for years.
I mean, they have little turtle snail people, so maybe they do have cheddar biscuits.
Who knows? Maybe that's all he could eat.
Nobody knows.
But either way, his portrayal was. I mean, it's Thrawn.
He's fantastic.
He's menacing. He's terrifying.
Well, he's
calm.
Well, he's a calm strategist.
Yeah. Oh, love it.
That's what he does. He figures out your move before you do.
Yeah.
But he is very wary of Jedi.
Yeah.
And
for good reason. I mean.
Well, of course. And he was also even more wary of Ahsoka when he found that she was Anakin Skywalker's Padawan.
Right.
Because he knew Anakin Skywalker. Obviously nothing we've seen on screen or nothing we've seen in Rebels, but there are canon books and comic books that describe Thrawn and Anakin Skywalker going on missions before it was the Empire, even.
So that's the movie I want to see.
That'd be dope.
How cool would that be?
Yeah. So he knows Anakin Skywalker. He knows what Anakin Skywalker became. He knows he battled multiple Jedi. You don't... And he knows who Ahsoka Tano is. He'd never met her in person before, but he knew who she was. So he was not one to underestimate, as everyone else seemingly was. Yeah. He's like, she ain't dead till we know she's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she wasn't dead.
She was not dead.
Right.
Wouldn't be much of an Ahsoka show without her.
Yeah.
But a couple of takeaways from the actual show.
Yeah.
I really, really loved the first appearance of zombies within the Star Wars universe. I loved it. I don't care. Go ahead. Spout your shit.
We don't have to have zombies and everything.
No, but it was cool.
It fits the canon. It
Yeah.
fits with the dark magic from the Night Sisters. And that's why I'm not complaining about it. But it's also not freaking everything has zombies. Marvel had zombies and What If. Zombies are so done.
Oh, well, and that's getting spun off into its own show, by the way.
I know.
That's a bad idea.
The Walking Dead in 18 of their different series. And again, I love the original Walking Dead, but Zombies, and in Dawn of the Dead, one of my favorite movies, the original George Romero.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have zombies and everything.
No, you don't. But you're right. In this context, I think it really worked, especially with the Night Sisters. Like that.
Well, and you didn't just destroy the brain and they stopped coming. They just kept coming.
Right.
You knock them down, they get back up again. Nothing keeps them down. You know.
Wow. All right. That happened.
That did happen because they did. They just kept getting up, and you know, even saw Thrawn going, "Oh, Danny." Anyway.
See, I missed that part of it.
Oh, I saw it.
I missed Thrawn singing "Oh, Danny Boy."
But anyway, you didn't know he was in Tub Thumper?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Little known fact.
It's Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba.
Tub Thumper was the
song or album, whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's old. Who cares?
A little history lesson for you guys.
And kids are like, what the fuck is he talking?
Right, 100%.
I thought the Night Sisters were really cool.
Because
they were
completely agree.
Spot on from the cartoon.
They really.
I didn't get
Asajj
Ventress. I'd like to see Asajj Ventress.
Well,
but
I mean, she's dead, isn't she?
Yeah, she did have a canon death in like a book or a cartoon, but not in the cartoons, in a book or comic book. But
okay, gotcha.
In any event, the Night Sisters were cool to see.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it was cool to see Ezra in real life, although he's not my favorite Jedi. We learned a new term. You know, a Bokken Jedi.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
They count Luke as a Bokken Jedi, and I'm like, well, he was trained by Yoda.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm gonna set you off for a second.
Okay.
I planned this earlier.
Good.
They're Bokken Jedi tend to be natural Force users, and
yeah, because they were counting Rey.
Yeah,
Luke,
well, of course, yeah. It's the
Ezra.
main canon Jedi, period. They're all main canon Jedi, you know, Ezra, Luke, Rey, blah, blah, blah. So there are people, after seeing Rebels Season 5, or Ahsoka as they named it, which is weird, that say that Ezra is more powerful than Luke.
Well, people need to get their heads examined.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
And I was going to say, I wanted to preface that by saying that is not my opinion.
Whether people like it or not.
Luke's the man. Period.
Whether people like it or not, Luke Skywalker is the most powerful Jedi that ever existed.
Period.
Done. The only argument you could make is Rey.
Because
they said now all the Jedi are in you and all that good stuff, and according to canon, you can make that argument.
Sure.
I'm not going to say you can't. But for me, Luke Skywalker defeated the Emperor, yes, through his father.
Yeah.
But he got his father to throw him down a freaking pit and turn Darth Vader into Anakin Skywalker again, thus defeating Darth Vader.
Well, I was going to say the argument would be, I wasn't even going towards Rey at all. I was going to say the argument could be made that Anakin was the most powerful Jedi of all time.
But I would disagree, because when they fought, man, Luke beat his ass.
Luke did not fight Anakin.
No, he fought Darth Vader. Yeah, I understand the whole Anakin.
Well, I'm nitpicking.
Understand, and
I'll give you that.
That whole thing was always kind of, okay, George, you're cute.
Yeah. Exactly.
Either way, the artist formerly known as Anakin Skywalker lost in a fight to Luke Skywalker.
Right. Yes.
Okay. And Luke beat him rather handily in front of the Emperor.
Yeah. Took his handily.
And then when Luke was in The Mandalorian season 2, I mean, I was even watching the fights, right, in the show with Ezra and with Ahsoka and Balon. And I'm like, Luke just walked down hallways with death troopers and was like, squish, squish, piss off. And just kept going.
Just carving them
there
up
was no stopping. There was no pausing. There was no challenge. It was destroyed. And Moff Gideon saw him and was like, let me get out of here, because he knew what that was. Right? No one is
100%.
No one is as bad as Luke. The only reason that Luke, and I think what Filoni is doing, because he knows this is unless you recast Luke, which I would do. Again, Sebastian Stan.
100%. You recast him as Sebastian Stan.
If you recast him as Sebastian Stan as young Luke, right? Mm-hmm. Or recast the Luke because age happens. Mark Hamill's old.
Yeah.
It is what it is. The way the movies were filmed, you can't bring in that canonical Luke into things. So they, I think, are using him and Leia and like in a video game with an elite godlike character random event that comes in once in a while and does something.
Sure.
That's what they're treating them as. At the end of The Mandalorian, they did that.
Yep.
And then they did that kind of in Ahsoka via C-3PO with Leia comes in and says, yeah, I authorized it. And, oh, okay. You know,
Right.
because otherwise, really, if you look at it, Grand Admiral Thrawn comes back to our galaxy, right?
Who are you going to
He's there.
call?
Exactly. Mon Mothma is going to go, Senator Organa, we kind of need your brother.
Right. We need Luke.
Because he is
Period.
the one. Luke defeated the Emperor and Darth Vader and blew up the Death Star the first time and then defeated the Emperor and Darth Vader the second time.
Yeah.
That's who you're going to call.
Yeah.
You're not going to go, oh,
that's the guy.
some kid with a gnarly beard who just came back who I've never met before. Yeah, we're going to ask him to do it.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Ahsoka, well, I mean, Fulcrum, you're badass, but you ain't Luke.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not. And I think Ahsoka would tell you, she ain't Luke.
No, of course.
Luke is the most, but they're
Of
not
course.
going to do that. It will be Ahsoka and Ezra
That take on Thrawn.
that take on Thrawn.
Yeah. Which is, again,
It'll be
logically,
an entertaining story.
it's kind of silly, but it will be an entertaining
It'll be an entertaining story, but
Yeah.
the kid in me is crying because Luke has, again, we've said this before, and I've bitched about it before, and I'm going to do it again for 2 seconds here.
It happens.
Luke was never treated correctly, and
No.
Rian Johnson only made it worse with this film. Okay?
We don't talk about that.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
If this story, especially since this story takes place between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, a great story would be you call on Mr. Skywalker to come over here and take care of Thrawn, and maybe in that process of taking care of Thrawn, his young Padawan Ben Solo
Yeah.
starts to see the merits of the dark side, which then leads into your canonical movies. But that, I'm just a guy.
Can't disagree with you. I mean, plain and simple, I can't disagree
just
with
a
you. We need to see more of what happened to Luke between Return of the Jedi and The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Which we don't talk about. That movie that came between the other two.
I agree, but they're probably not going to do that. But
Now,
hopefully,
which sucks because Mark Hamill went on record as saying, "Yeah, you know what, Sebastian Stan, do it. That'd be great."
he did. But let's focus. Let's focus on what we're going to see. What we're going to see in the film. If we see a Thrawn-based film, that'll be awesome. That would be dope for the next film.
Yes.
If then in Ahsoka season 2, it's basically Ahsoka and Sabine get back and got to round up the crew and go find Mando and the Grogs and Bo-Katan and like, we need y'all
And the boba. Why
and
not?
the Boba because this dude is bad.
Yeah,
We need you guys. And they get everyone together.
I'm on board.
That would be fantastic.
And you know the way it's steering currently, it's got to be where it is.
It's doable.
Yeah.
Because Bo-Katan also could bring all the Mandalorians with her since she reunited Mandalore. Yeah.
Yes.
So say we all.
So say we all.
Thanks for watching the Nerd Card. If you like this content, please remember to like and subscribe and hit notification so that you get notified of every new video that we have.
And do not forget, you can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, and especially thenerdcard.com. And with that, we will say, what's on your nerd card?